Hello, everybody, and welcome to an at-home edition of Volley in the Valley, a solo edition of Volley in the Valley. I'm here to talk about our Quads League. Quad starts up Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, A on Monday, B on Tuesday, and C on Wednesday. And because Quads is new for our league, I wanted to talk a little bit about some differences between fours and sixes and explain to everybody what Quads is going to look like. So some of you might know I'm a high school history teacher, and so I've gotten pretty used to this online instruction thing over the last couple of months, and so we're going to give it a shot. So some basic rules for you here. You don't need to rotate in quads. You can if you'd like. If people want to play different spots and move it around, you can. But you can stand in the middle the whole game. You can play left the whole game. You can have your setter up in front on the right the whole game. You can stand wherever you want to. Everyone is also front row. So you basically have 4 hitters. Everyone can hit all of the time. And that's a little bit different. Even your setter can hit. But in A and B league, you cannot open hand, tip, or set the ball over. It has to be one simultaneous contact. So it has to be a hit, a bump, a knuckle, whatever it is, but it can't be open-handed. And the reason why we do that in quads is because if people were able to just kind of go up and tip the ball wherever they wanted to, the game would be a little bit too easy and it wouldn't be fun. So it does have to be one single contact like you would do in doubles or like you would do in beach, which is also doubles. Serve order is whatever you'd like to be. It could be the order of alphabetical order of your names. It could be order of your birthday, or you could just go in order of where everybody is standing. But you can do whatever you want with that and just roll through that cycle. Subs are allowed, and if you have a 5th person on your team, you can sub them in anytime you want to. The only thing that needs to happen is that the sub has to take the place of the person they're replacing in the service order. And then if you took one person out, person number 5, you put them in for person number 1. Person number 1 can't come back in for person number 3 during that game. So you basically have 1 sub per game if you have 5 people. Games are going to be at 6 p.m. and you're going to play 3 games to 25, win by 2. There's no time limit. And even if you play a little bit over an hour, that's no problem. It's just going to be great to get out there. And with a shortened season, we figured we wouldn't limit games if we didn't have to. So additionally, all COVID-19 procedures are in place. So we're going to ask you to check in with us when you get there and tell us that you haven't had symptoms and you haven't traveled to any of the states that we've asked people to take a break from the league after they've traveled to. And you're also going to return your ball to us at the end of the day, and we'll sanitize it. We're still taking this all really seriously, but we're also excited to get back out there. So a couple quick little slides that I've prepared about quads and what it would look like when you're playing. In serve receive, this is what most teams would do. They'd have 3 passers back here. You can see Jack, Royce, and Nate. And then Ben with the mohawk here, he's our setter. So we're going to try and pass the ball to him. He's going to set. Now remember, he can hit it if he wants to. He can bump it over. He can set any of us anywhere. We have a lot of freedom here in quads, which is why it's so great. And by the way, these pictures are taken on a short court, but we are playing on a big court, so there's going to be a lot of room to cover, a lot of ground to cover, and I think there's going to be a lot more movement than you'd see in sixes, which could be really cool. So that's serve receive. Now, if the ball goes to the other side, this is what most teams would do. They'd have 2 blockers up, ready to go, and then 2 defenders back here just waiting to see where the ball is going to go. Now, if the ball gets set to the left side, Ben is going to stay up here, and he's going to be ready to block. Nate drops off the net as far as he can. It's tough to get off super far if you run out of time, but he's going to get off so that he can dig a ball that goes cross court. Now we have 3 defenders. We have a blocker. Ben is going to try and just build a roof over the ball here. And speaking of all of your roof, the roof over your head, I guess I should say, Jeff Osborne, Roanoke's premier real estate agent. He's a longtime RVVAer. He sponsors our podcast. I hope he likes the shout out. He's been out there for a doubles league, and I think he's on a quads team as well. Going back to the volleyball slides here, if the ball were set to the right side, most teams would have Ben drop back, Nate would stay up here and block, Royce would play some defense on the line, and basically I think we get the idea. But there's just a lot more movement going on in quads, and things are a little bit different, and so we wanted to make sure that we hit that for everybody in case they were new to this and in case they didn't know what to expect. Schedules are up on rvva.net. So go ahead and go there and check them out. We're playing for the next 6 weeks. If you have any questions about rules that I may have missed or questions about issues in general, check the email that Nate sent out this evening, Friday evening, or message us on Facebook. And thanks, everybody. Volley, volley.